Oh, this is the worst because I'm just cutting back-to-back videos for the two different classes, basically saying sorry for the delay in getting you content. You've been doing awesome work. This is for my 4306 course now, that positive psych. It's like I'm almost through the positive psychology and existential thinkers assignment. You guys are, wow. I'm just like shaking my head, everyone. Like, I can't believe my students are doing this. Like, it's like such cool stuff. Some of you are writing like just excellent papers on people like Sturtenheimer, who's like anything but simple to understand. And making some of you are making videos and like cool podcasts, and like it's just been a real treat to be your teacher. And I think that with the intro to positive psychology, the existential presentation, biology, evolution, the therapeutic one, we've done a lot of lifting. But now in the second course, you might have noticed there's been this little bit of this little bit of slack in the rope. And I think that I said in the other video that I'm making for the other Nipissing class is like, if I'm being completely honest, it's some of the stuff you're hearing in the news around the college strike, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, but is well, it's affecting me, right? Because I coordinate a program at a college in Kitchener, and without getting into any of it, it's just, again, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but just so you know, I've like far from forgotten you, and it's like it's actually eating at me quite a bit, and I'm like checking my emails all the time because I'm like paranoid that, well, I'm just paranoid that I'm about falling behind. I can see the schedule clearly, and it's like I know we're aiming at that assignment 4 workshop. So like I just wanted to say, like, okay, professional identity, that presentation's ready to record. And then what my plan is to basically combine 8 and 9, 8 weeks, 8 and 9, and weeks 8, 10 and 11, just not in terms of like what's due and stuff, but just in terms of concepts. So basically I'm working on this presentation that's kind of gotten away from me, and it's getting bigger and bigger, but it's like, I think you'll find it interesting. I'm calling it Coaching Character. And it's just a different title for coaching, leadership, and team dynamics. But it's that presentation. And I think what I'm going to do is work in some of the stuff I was going to, or not some of, but all the key points I was going to talk about with human drive and motivation. And so kind of talk about, because those kind of conceptually go really well together, like understanding what coaching and leadership and team dynamics are. And a key part of understanding that is understanding how human motivation works, and how you can either hinder or nurture motivation, and how that's actually this underlying psychology of performance. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is make that, not actually slash things. Like, I'm not removing anything. I think I'm just going to make combo presentations, because I'm basically at the state of being ready to record. And then, and to be completely blunt, and since it might be a long presentation, that presentation is going to be a tiny bit standalone, because what I'm basically going to do is try to give like a teaching, coaching, leadership, and team dynamic philosophy based on this understanding of the central focus of understanding the complexities of human motivation as being core to this psychology of performance. And I might end up calling it psychology of performance, the title. I'm terrible for changing titles 900 times. And then the week 10, the coaching the mind, what I want to do with that is show you, and I'll just kind of, spoiler alert for the 4th assignment, what I want to do is kind of focus on some of these things, these different visualization strategies and different types of, whether we're talking about like progressive muscle relaxation or autogenic relaxation, or different kinds of mindfulness, or different kinds of techniques that are kind of these mind-body strategies for optimizing performance. So you'll sort of see how the coaching the mind and assignment 4 sort of fall into each other. And then, so my idea is, you're working on the 3rd assignment, right, which is about the biology evolution one. The last thing that you need to, so far you've done 3 of the 4 things, or at least maybe not like submitted, but at least know about and have been working on 3 of the 4 things. And then the only last thing is the 4th assignment on strategies for optimizing performance, where I'm basically going to get you to pick one of these mind-body healing practices that I'll outline, and sort of talk about how one of those could be used as like a self-care strategy in this current kind of post-lockdown era or whatever. And I'll like make some kind of presentation sort of explaining it. All right, but just to give you a heads up, it's like, and to be quite honest and literal, like I just wanted to give a little bit of a personal me to you apology for just the delay, and just to say that like I'm hyper conscious of the delay. I'm super happy of the heavy lifting we did pre-reading week, and now I'm just asking for a little bit of grace because I have to get you some presentations, but I think that you're going to like these. I'm really focusing on this idea of like, how is coaching and leadership and understanding team dynamics a really, if you, and again, I'm going to be talking about Coach John Wooden. I want to teach this about by looking at some of the best coaches that have ever done it, and like not by just giving kind of general points, but by actually saying like, I want to try to approach these topics the way I've been approaching the other topics. So yeah, I do apologize for the fact that one of the negatives of a course like this is that, of a coach like this, I almost said, or of a teacher like this, I guess, in this kind of scenario, is I am sort of like adapting as we're going, and I hope that that's not super stressful for people. In my mind, I'm trying to make the course as strong as I can. And I think that if we can pull together this coaching, leadership, and team dynamic plus motivation, that can be a cool presentation that comes out like probably sometime in the next week. And then the human drive and coaching, kind of have that aimed at the end of next week, so that kind of like do 4 weeks worth of stuff in 2 weeks, but just by doing 2 combo presentations, right? It doesn't actually really change your workload, I'm hoping, right? Because my goal here is it's actually me that's behind, not you. So if I do that 8, 9, like I'm looking at the weeks, so the coaching, leadership plus motivation presentation, which is basically done. And then if I do the coaching presentation as sort of a lead into the assignment, then you get your assignment. And then my last presentation is on professional identity, which I think you'll find pretty cool. It's kind of about research, but also like how we research into what identity is, but like how do we walk our talk. And so that's a little bit more of a philosophical kind of like concluding thing. And then the last week there's not an end exam, so it gives us a little bit of wiggle room, and I'll have like final points and stuff. But yeah, I guess I can cut this video off. This is getting long, but I just wanted to make this point that if to just apologize a bit for the delay, and to say that I have hours of YouTube videos coming for you, so be warned. I love this class. This is kind of a dream of mine to teach a class like this, and I apologize that I'm not a bit more organized and polished, and I try to make up as best I can for that by trying to just, I don't know, I think you know me by now. I'm trying to be honest with you and treat you as what you are, a merging group of awesome intellectuals that are interested in psych. So let's get back to it. So expect soon this presentation on coaching character and the role of motivation. And you don't really have to worry about anything assignment wise until we get to that week 11, where I'm going to start talking about that assignment. And so again, basically, I know I've been ranting the whole time and said the same thing like 6 times because I'm kind of freestyling it and didn't write down notes as I should have. But my point is basically, I'm very aware of preparing you for that assignment and giving you time to get it done. And if I need to give a bit of an extension, I can, because there's no exam. So there's some wiggle room. All right, so get through this together. Thank you. You're again, I don't know why I went like this. Like I was telling you a lesson, but like I just wanted to say like I just wanted to shout you out, I guess, and just say thanks. You're a cool group of people. It's been a very rewarding class. Your assignments have been honestly a joy. Honestly, a joy. I can't think of better language. Take care.